Ghana is increasingly becoming hard and uncomfortable for young professionals, especially nurses. It feels like the majority of the decisions our leaders are making is deliberate to make life difficult and uncomfortable for nurses. Why am I saying this? Just a few days ago, there was this short note about the absurd increment in the NMC verification process circulating on platforms. If you don't know what the NMC verification is, it is a process that the NMC of Ghana, that is the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Ghana, uses to verify a nurse who wants to travel to a country to the nursing board of that country to confirm that this nurse is actually a nurse from Ghana or whatever country he or she is coming from. This process was costing just 550 cedis, as if that is not enough. Then all of a sudden from nowhere, this price has been outrageously increased to a whopping 3,000 Ghana cedis. That is not fair. How many nurses earn 3,000 Ghana cedis in Ghana? For them to pay such an amount for just a step in the migrating process, like you haven't gotten anywhere in the process, that is just the beginning of the process, and you are paying that amount. What have we done wrong to deserve this? Everybody is concerned about the unethical migration of nurses from countries of which Ghana is a part to other countries like the US, the UK, and the Canada. But is that the right way to solve that problem? Is that how you are going to tackle that issue? In a recent report by the GRNMA concerning the ethical migration of nurses from Ghana to these high-income countries that I mentioned earlier on, it was highlighted that in reality, there is shortage of nurses in Ghana's healthcare system. Listen carefully. There is shortage of nurses in the Ghana's healthcare system than it is in these high-income countries like the UK, the Canada, and the US. Paradoxically, there are over 90,000 unemployed nurses in Ghana. So why are they not employed? You are surprised. I am surprised too. If there are over 90,000 nurses sitting at home and there is shortage in the healthcare system, why are they not employed? That is a question to be answered. Poor economic decisions and egocentric interests of our leaders can only be the protagonists of this drama. Tell me our leaders are not selfish in their interests, like their children will not be traveling outside the countries while they make poor decisions to make life difficult and curtail others from moving to other countries because they have upper hands and we are vulnerable. When you look at other countries like the Philippines and the India, migration of nurses is very smooth to the extent that in India, you only have to make the decision on which country you want to go, and you get an agency to hold your hand, guide you every step the way, facilitate your movement from your country to your destination country without any financial burden on you. But it is absolutely direct opposite in Ghana. When nurses spend over 20,000 Ghana cedis on this process only to sit at home, not get jobs, and be battling WHO red lists until their IELTS and other documents or credentials expires, and that money goes waste. I know a number of people who have their IELTS and their CBTs expired simply because they are not getting jobs or because of WHO red list. Poor economic management decisions that is blatantly blamed on COVID, Russia, and Ukraine has depreciated our cedi so much to the extent that common IELTS, which used to be 1,700 Ghana cedis, is now 3,600 Ghana cedis. Common Ministry of Health clearance that used to be 20 Ghana cedis was increased to 300 cedis, meaning yankasa, as if that is not enough. Then Parliament now decides to increase verification, which is 550 cedis, to 3,000 cedis. That's over 400% increment. Why? Why? And our own mother NMC of Ghana went ahead to implement this decision. I must say I'm quite disappointed in the NMC, honestly. after singing the hero of empathy to us in every aspect of our nursing, you just display to us that you have not even a single drop of empathy in your world. That is very disappointing, quite disappointing. I don't know what fueled this decision, but if you think it is an avenue to make money, then rapidly facilitate policies that will promote bilateral movement of nurses from Ghana to other countries so you can make money from those avenues, rather than making decisions that drain the individual nurses. These people are not earning anything already. Then the little they earn, you siphon it from them through this means. Then you are trying to strangulate them. You are trying to suffocate them to death. That is what you are doing. Your fellow countries like the Philippines and the India are making money exporting nurses to places like the UK, the US, and the Canada. If you want an avenue to make money, those are fertile avenues. Those are fertile grounds. Put the necessary measures in place. Engage in those bilateral agreements and put the measures in place that promote ethical movement of nurses from Ghana to other countries, rather than the things you are doing right now. This is a message to the Parliament of Ghana and all stakeholders. If you are concerned about the number of nurses that are moving from Ghana to these countries, then employ the over 90,000 nurses who are home, whose skills are wasting away, and improve their working conditions, and they will stay with you in Ghana. Imagine I completed nursing school in 2020, did my rotation in 2021, and have been sitting home all this while without job. What am I supposed to be eating? What am I supposed to be wearing? I am expected to renew my NMC PIN every year. Which money am I supposed to use to renew this PIN? We demand an answer. If I had invested that school fees into my grandfather's cornmeal business, I would have been a big business person now. Why do you have to always make us feel that we wasted our time in nursing school? Why must we feel like that? Why must you always make us feel that we went to nursing school to waste our time and our resources? You are honestly jeopardizing the future of nursing. You are jeopardizing the future of our country when it comes to the healthcare. I don't know if you have forgotten that nurses are the backbone of the healthcare system. I don't think Ghana wants to get to that stage where they beg people to come study nursing, as it is the case in UK right now. If you don't know, then let me remind you that all your nurses who are wasting at home are now TikTokers and YouTubers. And let me let you know that if these and other avenues begin to pay more than the profession, then they would rather do these things than practice nursing. Do you think Abadope will leave her restaurant to go practice nursing to get paid a peanut? Never. I don't think she will do that. Do you think Asantwa will leave ambassadorial deals to go do a 12-hour shift that pays 3,000 Ghana cedis? Nobody will do that. But in all these things, I want to say a big thank you to the GRNMA. Mrs. Perpetua Oporampofu and the team. You guys are doing a great job. We thank you for always speaking for nurses. I don't think the Parliament of Ghana is ready to problem solve, because this issue has been on the ground for several years, but it is still at the stage where it is, without any tangible solutions materializing. Unless they don't see this nurse migration or ethical migration of nurses as an issue. These are the GRNMA's directives concerning this critical issue. Read for yourself. One last thing before I conclude. If the decision-making stakeholders whose names were actually mentioned in the GDNA Roundtable report concerning ethical migration of nurses from Ghana to the high-income countries have not seen the tangible solutions that this report suggests to be implemented, then they should go read the report again, because their names were mentioned in the report. if these solutions were mentioned in the report and the only one they could implement was to increase the verification fee to 3,000 cedis, then I'm afraid they are not ready to problem solve. With all due respect, kindly go back and read the report and implement those solutions that were suggested to you, for God's sake. You want good things for your children, we also want good things for our families. Don't send your children away and make decisions that curtail our movement, decisions that make life difficult for us. Then at the end of the day, you don't employ us. You want us to waste away. We beg of you, if you really believe that we are the future, please do something about these critical issues. If you want a copy of the GDNA report to read, I will link it in the description below. If you don't know what the GDNA stands for, the GDNA stands for Ghana Diaspora Nurses Alliance. You can read about them online. There is also an unemployment survey by the GRNMA that is going on. So if you are a nurse and you are unemployed, find the link in the description below and fill the form so we can get an accurate data on the number of unemployed nurses sitting at home. Unemployed nurses and midwives sitting at home. If you are watching this video on TikTok, then go to my YouTube channel at Bright Agbenyo or The Business and find the resources. Thank you for watching today's video. Like I mentioned earlier on, my name is Bright Agbenyo. I am a registered nurse. On this channel, I talk about personal finance, I talk about nursing, I talk about entrepreneurship, and I talk about professional and career growth. If any of these topics interest you, then consider subscribing to this channel, like this video, and share to your friends so we can spread the message. Thank you.